Okay, in this section we're going to be talking about Against the Wind by Bob Seger. And the nice thing about this is that the sections are pretty straightforward and the strum is pretty constant. With the strum you're doing what a lot of people refer to as the eagle strum, which is going down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And again, the big thing to focus on is the fact that my arm just keeps moving back and forth, but I'm hitting and missing various ones. So, you know, you're not going down, down, up, down, like all this weird kind of stuff. Just always remember, whenever you're trying to strum, to any song for that matter, the arm just moves back and forth. Create a rhythm that, or a groove that just constantly keeps moving by keeping that arm back and forth. So what I'm doing here is just playing down, down, up, down, 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 up. So I'm missing that down strum in the middle. Down, down, up, right there. I'm still strumming, but I'm just not hitting the strings. Down, down, up. Okay, so the beginning of this song starts off with a G. You could play the 4-finger G by using the 2 on the bottom. You could play a 3-finger G, whatever is comfortable for you. If you want to play G with those 3 fingers, again, G is G, so whatever is comfortable for you. So you're going G. Then the verse kicks in. I'm a little out of tune, but we'll make it work. I'm going G, B minor, C, G, D, C. So again, if you have a pencil handy, write down the progression for the verse. The verse is G, G, B minor, C, G, D, C. That's the first section of the verse. There are 2 sections to the verse. Okay, so again, when you're playing C, you could choose to play C add 9 by just dropping these 2 fingers down. That would be just fine. Or play C this way. And then I went to G, D, and then back to C. And again, if you want to move from D to C like C add 9, that's fine. Or if you'd rather just move to C this way, that's okay as well. All right? So once again, here's the first section of that. So I have G, B minor. You could do it like this if you want to play it as the regular B minor. If you want to play it as the bar, of course, then you'd bar across the bottom 5 strings. Then we're going to start the second section, which starts off the same. It ends different, though. So this is the second section of the verse. Still B minor. This part's the same, C, G, but then you're going to go to C, then D, okay? So in that section, we're changing the end of it. So we're coming off G to B minor to C, G, but then instead of going to the D, we're going back to C, and then D. So again, take your pencil, write this down. You're going G, G, B minor, C, G, C, D, and then he does an extra D, moving into the bridge section. So the bridge now is so this section of the song is going E minor to D in the same measure, and then to G. Then he goes E minor to C in the same measure, and then to G. Then he goes E minor to D in the same measure, but then he goes to C. So you see he's just playing with the chord changes here. So E minor D, G, E minor C, G, E minor D, C, then he does another C, and then to D. Okay? So here again, here's the bridge. into the chorus. Now the chorus is, it starts off like the verse did, only we're going twice as fast now. Instead of doing 2 measures apiece, we're only doing 1. So we're going G, B minor, C, G. Okay, now here's where you're going to go. I'm still running now. I'm still running against the wind. You're going C to a G/B. And so what you're going to do is take this C chord. You're going to move your your middle finger up to the 5th string. And most people will add their pinky onto the 2nd string. Now I wouldn't need this anymore because this guy's on the 2nd string as well, but I'm going to leave it there because the next chord is going to be A minor, and I need him again anyway. So I'm going from C. I'm going to lift that ring finger out of the way, put this guy on the 5th string, put the pinky on the 2nd string, and then I'm heading to A minor, so I can just drop these 2 down. I'm going to leave that guy there. So I'm going... Sorry, I'm out of tune. I'll just finish this the way it is in tune-up afterwards. And then C, and then you're back on G. So it sounds like this. Okay? So the whole chorus section is going to go G, B minor, C, G, here's our C, then the whole thing starts all over again. The solo is just the verse section with the solo over the top. So you just repeat everything all the way through. Now when you get to the end of the song, you've got this little outro. So you're coming off this... Then he's going to do that again, but he's going to go straight to D, so he's going the C chord to the C/B chord here, or G/B it's often called, okay, which is those 2 movements of fingers there. And then you're going to go right to the D chord, so you're going... And then we get into the outro section, which is the Against the Wind over and over and over, which is just C to G. So again, I'm coming off of the chorus, which ends with C, and then C/B or G/B, depending on what you want to call it, to A minor, to C, to G like I normally do, but then I'm going to do C to the slash chord to D, and that sets me up for my outro, which is C twice to G twice. Okay? So what I want you to do is write down those segments that I just went through. If you need to roll through it again, just watch the video a few times. Write down those different chord progressions. So you should have the intro, which is just G, the verse, which has 2 sections, the bridge, which was the E minor D G, E minor C G, E minor D C, C D. Okay. Then you've got the chorus, which was G, B minor, C, G, and then we got our little C, C/B, A minor, C, G, G, and I know I'm rolling through those kind of fast, but like I said, you can just kind of watch that again. And then we got our outro, which is we go right back to C, do the slash chord, and then right up to D. I got a student in just a couple minutes here, that's why I'm trying to run through this kind of quick. And then our outro, which is C, C, G, G. So I hope that helps you a little bit. Let me know if you have any questions.